All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. And this is just a quick video on how men holding firm with their respect for themselves, man, is really exposing that a lot of women are losers, man. And this is a video of a woman that goes to a bar, restaurant, whatever, and she was meant to be meeting her friend there. This is her story. This is what she claims. She was meant to be meeting her friend there, and her friend said she was going to take her out for a treat and pay for her food. But when she got there, her friend stood her up, so her friend was not there, and she still decided to buy and pay for things that she could not afford. And she claims that her friend said she was going to pay for them and send her the money over the phone or whatever, and this never took place. But it's funny because women now, maybe the friend was a man. I don't really know. Maybe the friend was a man that she was trying to finesse, and she knew he wanted her, and she tried to play him dry. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna set this woman up. I'm gonna tell her I'm gonna meet her, and I ain't meeting her nowhere. And I'm gonna tell her I'm gonna pay for this, and I bet all of a sudden then she's gonna want to meet me somewhere, innit? But when I wanted her to meet me somewhere that I wasn't gonna be spending up money, she didn't want to meet then. So I'm gonna set her up and make her be in a situation where she has to pay for her own things, and I'm gonna make her think I'm taking her out somewhere and I ain't paid for nothing. That could have been what happened. Or it could be that these women are starting to treat their female friends now like some sugar daddy. Because one thing I've noticed in my time on this earth, man, in my decades of on this earth now, yeah, is that women are embarrassed about their body count because they won't ever say what the real number is. They're embarrassed that their face might not be as beautiful as they want it to be, but they're never embarrassed to beg for money, man. They're never embarrassed to beg up, man. They're too beggy out here, man. They act like bums when it comes to money, man. Like, it's truly disgusting. There shouldn't be no Dubai Harry Potters. And I'm using different wording. There shouldn't be no Dubai Harry Potters where people get flown out to Dubai and then do a madness if women was not beg up for money, man. But because women are beggy for money all the time, that exists. Like, they don't have like this woman literally asked the police officer if he was gonna pay her bill. She asked some random next guy that's sitting at the bar if he was gonna pay her bill, and was like, and said to the officers, what if I was gonna make this guy pay my bill and I was gonna go home and sleep with him? Would that be okay? She asked the police officer if he was gonna pay her bill twice. She asked the guy at the bar if he was gonna pay her bill more than twice, I believe. And it's like, why you got no money? Why are these women so confident to be at the bar paying for things and continually keep stacking? Like, they ain't with no one else. They're continually stacking up the value, right? And then they can't even pay for it themselves. Just go home, man. Go home, but they ain't got the sense to be like, you know what, I can't afford this right now, so let me go home. Men would do that. If a man was gonna meet someone somewhere, and he realized, man, I can't afford this, he's not gonna start stacking up the price. Like, even if he goes to a restaurant and there's loads of people there, and he starts thinking, you know what, some of these people might try and come with some of that, let's split the bill BS. And I don't really rock with these people like that, so I'm only gonna buy on this in this restaurant what I can afford. So that if at the very least, when it comes to the split the bill thing and I refuse, I know that I've got the money to pay for what I ate for myself in here today. But a woman will be the one that's talking about let's split the bill when they bought pina coladas, all kind of aperitifs, all kind of starters, sides, all kind of different things that they never tasted before, because they're like, well, I'm gonna split the bill anyway, and I want to try something else off somebody else's dime. Women are beg up, man, in this world, man, and it's disgusting. They're too beggy, man. Women literally save men in their phone as food guy, as foodie date and all that. They ain't got no kind of shame when it comes to begging for money, man. It's sickening. And as long as women keep begging for money, like how they do, men are always gonna have power over them. Because then it don't matter whether the man's handsome with money, or ugly with money, or got integrity with money, or wicked with money, or righteous with money. As long as he's got the money, she might go for that, man. She's gonna go for some of that, and he'll be able to get her to do something disgusting if that's what his mind so wishes, for money. And that's why the apostles, especially Apostle Tahar, and well, Apostle Tahar and Apostle Kabar, I've heard say this the most. A lot of women are going to definitely be taking the MOTB, man. But I'm sure Apostle Arayamlab and Apostle Rakar also believe this, as well as every other man that's of the doctrine that I follow, as far as the Hebrew Israelite thing goes, of the great millstone doctrine. I'm sure all of them believe that, because I believe it, and I'm not even a member of them. I believe that a lot of women are going to take the MOTB, man. As soon as they start really realizing that this society's done, and that the only way for them to get their necessities is through taking an MOTB according to what they're going to think anyway, because women are carnal. Women don't believe that a bird might bring you some food. Women don't believe none of that. Women don't believe that Yahweh can drop food from heaven and just place it in front of you. They don't believe that. They believe in the most carnal way of getting money. And that's why when push comes to shove, they're prepared to sell their body. That's why they'll get married, they'll get with a guy that's rich, and they don't think, okay, I'm with this guy now, so all I have to do now is just maintain being respectful, and I'm going to be with him for the rest of my life, and he's going to pay for everything because he's been doing it anyway. No, they want to make sure that the money's in their pocket, so then they'll get a divorce based off something that they'll stage, and then now they've got the money in their pocket, so then they know that they can do what they want because it's their money now. That's why they're like, man, they're really carnal and proud, man. You know how proud you gotta be to do what this woman in this video did, to go to a restaurant, right? Go to a bar, be paying for things with no intent of paying, and you're still proud to be stacking up the price past what you can actually afford right there at the moment. Not, okay, I've got $100, let's say, or £100, and I'm gonna make sure that the bill does not go over £100. But then if it does, I can't pay it. No, a woman will go to a place and do £200. Do you know what I mean? Or women will call up, text the guy on their phone, oh, the rent's due tomorrow night, and I ain't got it. And then I've seen people out there putting all the text messages out there, man. That women be sending to them. A woman will send a guy a text message like, oh, the rent's due in a few days, and I ain't got it. And then the man will be like, yeah, I ain't got it neither. And no one will text him back something like, what do you mean you ain't got it? As if he's supposed to make sure that he's got her rent money in his bank account when her rent's due. you know how proud and disgusting you gotta be to think this way. And yet women think like that, man. And that's why Solomon, who would have had, like, all the women that we see in this world right now that we think are fine, the women that Solomon seen were way better looking, way more feminine. They didn't have no big, they might have had curves, but without having big shoulders. They would have had feminine arms, yeah, and with the curves, not no big bulky back. She'd be doing bare lat pull downs and muscle ups, and then she's got the curves. No, she would have just had the feminine upper body and the feminine lower body that men like. That's how he was coming with it, right? And even those women he found bitter as death. And that was a time where women had way less freedom than they got now. And he found those women as bitter as death. So what would he find these women like? What would these women be more bitter than? What would they be, man? Because you got, like, some of the things that these women do is extremely proud, man. And that's why Isaiah 32:9, rise up and win our ease. And that's mainly aimed at the daughters of Zion, the Israelite woman. But all these women are getting a taste of that. Because back in the day, somebody would have paid this. And the police would have had mercy on her. They wouldn't have arrested her. But now, because of podcasts, yeah, where women get on them and show how proud they are, men are starting to realize that women are not as nice as they thought they were. And they've never been like that, though. They've always really been as wicked as we're seeing them be. It's just that the freedom that they were given has exposed it, man. The freedom that these women got given has exposed how wicked they are. Right? And I just wanted to do this video on this because I was like, man, like, this woman really is proud. She's asking the police officer that's about to arrest her if he'll pay a bill. Why would he pay a bill? He's literally, like, it doesn't make no sense. He's literally been brought there to make her pay the bill, right? Or to arrest her if she refuses paying the bill. And she's asking him if he'll pay the bill. You understand that? Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. And she wasn't joking neither. And in the past, because this woman's probably like, what, maybe her 40s. In the past, when she would have been in her 20s, or she might even been in her 50s, but when she would have been in her 20s, she probably would have got away with that, man. She probably would have got away with that back then, because she would have looked better. And she probably would have been able to get away with making men do that. She's probably been in bars plenty of times in the past and went in there with no money and had men pay for her bill by asking them exactly in that same proud way, are you going to pay my bill or not? But this is a different society than that one. Men have woken up to how you women are proud demons, man. And you ain't got no manners, how your attitudes stink. All the way from the Israelite woman to the Edomite woman as well, man. All of them, they've got a stanking ass attitude, man. And you got to find a woman that's attitude stinks least. But a lot of them are proud in this society. A lot of them are proud, man. And that's why every single man might disagree on loads of things in this world, but they don't disagree on the women, though. An atheist, a MAGA, a Hebrew Israelite, a Christian, a Jehovah's Wickedness, a flipping biker, a cyclist, a gym bro, yeah, a MMA fighter, a boxer, a dancer, a male musician, right? A damn gymnast. They all agree that women are proud as hell in this society, man. They all agree on that. They disagree on a lot else, but they all agree on this, though. They all agree on this. And it's being like, I want to say this as well before the lesson ends, man, that women are starting to now try and fake humble, not real humble. They're trying to fake humble. And what I mean by fake humble is they're not showing the level of humility that women are going to be showing in Isaiah 4:1, where they're not asking for nothing in return to be with a man, apart from for the man himself. Like what they expect a man to do now. Women right now expect a man to be with a woman for just the woman herself. They don't expect the woman to have to do anything. They think, oh, but like that's why they get offended at that question, what do you bring to the table and all that? Which that question is ultimately, what do you bring to the relationship? And they're talking about, I am the table. So they're basically saying, I am the relationship, but no, you're not the relationship, because the relationship's two people. But women in this society right now, as it stands right now still, they look at a man like he's some kind of clown that's supposed to pay all their bills, pay for every single holiday they want to go to, pay for their nails, pay for their hair to get done, pay for them to go to a restaurant, pay for them to go to lunch, pay for them to get breakfast delivered, pay for them to buy any random thing that they want to buy off Amazon Prime, pay for them to go to the movies, pay for them to go on a girl's holiday, even if they're really trying to go there to commit adultery on you. Like, pay for this, pay for that, buy this, buy that, and all you can get in return is some of this box that I've gave to all other people if I want to give it to you. Not whenever you want to get it given, when I want to give it to you. So if I decide I wanted to give it to you once a year, you better be happy with that, boy. That's how they actually think it's supposed to be. That's what they think in their mind. That's the reality that they actually think is gonna happen on this earth. So when you're hearing them start to try and talk about some, okay, oh, I need a man, you'll notice that it's followed by, I need a man because my rent's low and I'm struggling financially. They don't need a man because they realize a man's worth. They need a man because they review a man as somebody that's supposed to pay for their whole life. They don't think that the man's actually a human being that's got things that he wants to do, hopes, dreams, and aspirations, right? They view the man as, okay, the man pays for everything. And the only way I'm going to be around a man is for him to pay for things for me. And if he can't do that, fuck him. That's how they think right now. So all these women, oh, come on, Mr. 50-50 and all of that. That's not the level of humility that's required to meet the characteristics and the prophecy of Isaiah 4:1. The level of humility for Isaiah 4:1 is, I want to be with this man and he don't have to pay for nothing. I'm gonna pay for it myself. And I saw one video of a woman saying, can she borrow women's husbands and to try and come to my house and fix this or fix that? Just pay somebody, man. Pay a handyman. But you women are cheap, man. Cheapskates, bro. Women will literally boast about how they might have sold their house. Or I just sold my house. I sold my house for 250,000. Or I've just got a promotion. I've just got this. I've just got that. I make this amount a year. I make so much this and so much that. And then when it comes to spending it though, or even on their own self, they don't want to. They don't even want to spend their own money on themselves some of the time, man. They're a cheapskate when it comes to even wanting to spend their money on themselves. No one's even expecting women right now in this society to be doing what's expected of men. Men are expected to pay for everyone. But women are crying and complaining in this world because that right now, because they're having to pay for themselves. Right? This woman was expected to not have to pay for no drinks that she didn't drink, or not have to pay for no food that she didn't pay for. Didn't eat. She was only expected to pay for what she drank and ate at this bar, and she refused to do it because women are cheapskates and they're arrogant and their attitude sucks, man. And this is all thanks to Esau. She wasn't expected to pay for the man that's next to her's food. The man that was next to her in the bar, if you watch this video, he never asked her to pay for nothing of his on the video. But she was asking him to pay for her. She was asking the police. She literally asked the police officer that was sent to the bar to make her pay. She asked him if he's going to pay her bill. So here he is. He's coming to arrest you. And you're now wanting him to be out of pocket financially. And she's talking up to the officer, can you pay the bill? And I'll give you the money back. He don't know you. Why the hell? He might have his own wife and his own woman and his own kids. And she's expecting him to take his money out and pay for her life. You know how much arrogance you have to be like this? And that's why the women are going to get the shock of a lifetime, man. When they truly realize that men are not playing no more. They're going to get the shock of a lifetime when they realize men are not playing that. Men are really treating you like an equal. Like they're not playing around. They're really viewing you now. You're not equal really, but they're going to treat you equal. So the same thing that they do to a man is how they're going to do you. The same way how they treat a man that's weaker than them is how they're going to treat you. Right? So you're going to be an even weaker man in their eyes than a weak man is because you're weaker than the weak man yourself. And I want to say this, man, don't be fooled by these women's fake humility. Where they're like, oh yeah, come on. Yeah, I think we should both get together and split bills. No, because even in that house, if you do that so-called split bills with some of these women, not every woman, I'm on about these ones that are fake humble. They'd still wanted to take up most of the space in that house anyway. And eventually, they'll be trying to make it be you're paying it all. Or try and think they can use you to store up some financial backup until they find a guy that they can pay for everything, thinking they slick, man. It's not even a benefit to introduce one of these demons into your life. They're in this position for a reason because they're wicked. The level of humility that's going to be required from women, they're not going to be asking men for anything. And women are going to start to truly realize that men are better than them. Right now, they're still trying to, they're starting to see it, but they're still trying to come with their fake, they're trying to repent with pride. It's like, oh, I'm ready to settle down now, because I'm ready to settle down now, and you're like, oh, this is a good start because I'm low on finances. Oh, so you're only trying to humble down now because your money's low, not because you actually realize that men actually have a value. So then that means that if you got £1 million in your bank account right now, or whatever amount of money you think's worthwhile, you wouldn't be saying this. You wouldn't be saying, oh, come on, I'm ready to settle down and we women need to stop being disrespectful to men, because you actually mean it. You're only saying it because you're broke right now, or you're starting to realize that you can't do some of the things you want to do financially anymore. So you're trying to implement and slowly push your financial things onto men. Any of you people out there that are watching this video, you tell me, have you seen any videos where men are complaining and crying to the level that women are about how it's so hard to get by in society? Because I know whenever I go past one of these nail shops, I still see some of these women with their hands twinkling in the air, and some Moabite woman or some Moabite man painting their nails, man. These women can't get enough, or of all races, they can't get enough of these nails bullshit, man. Which is a luxury, by the way. They can't get enough of it. These women can't get enough of it, man. And these women will become crying and complaining, but then they might have some fake hair in their head or something, man. Like, they really think that men are supposed to be glad to pay for their whole lives, when at the same time they don't expect that they should have to do anything for men. They expect that men that are a stranger should have to dive into the mist of violence for a woman that they don't know, Or a man should have to, if he sees a woman struggling with something heavy, should have to come over and lift up her heavy things, as if he might not have back pain, man. He might have been lifting heavy things all week, and now he's on his rest, and he don't want to lift nothing heavy, man. So we're supposed to curve out our lumbar spine, get scoliosis or sclerosis and all that, curve apart, get kyphosis, right? Curve apart, curve out our spine for some woman that we don't know, that after we do that, she might not even say thank you. Or is gonna just look in a way like they expect us to do it, man. The hell do y'all think you are? This is men standing firm and actually having some respect for themselves is exposing that the Bible's right about every single thing that it's said about women in a negative way. It's exposing it, man. They're extremely rude and arrogant, man. And as society starts to fall more and more, men are going to really look at women with extreme scrutiny. They're not just going to look, oh man, she's got the kind of glutes that I like. You're my second wife. Okay, let's look at the next one. Oh man, she's got green eyes. I love a green-eyed girl. Yeah, you're in your third wife. They're going to be looking at you like, looking at them the same way our women try and look at men now. And I heard Apostle Gabar say this, how like men are going to be extremely picky. That's the way he worded it, I believe. Men are going to be extremely picky, man. And it's true. Men are going to really be trying to like scan a woman, like he's trying to scan a woman like he's a human MRI machine, man. Going to be scanning up her whole soul, bro. Like he's a PET scanner or something. An X-ray machine, a PET scanner, a damn MRI all in one. Scanning it, trying to scan them down to the dermatomes level, man. Just scanning them down to the tendons and ligaments level. Like what have you been under? Trying to imagine and trying to perceive what her body count was, how she would have looked if, like, because women are going to be looking like trash in that time, a lot of them anyway, but we're going to try and be like, hang on, let me look at this woman and think what she would have looked like back in when everything was going nice, and how proud she would have been. And let me picture her nails with about 2 inches of that trash on there, right? Picture her with probably some miniskirt on, and how proud she would have been going on. Yeah, I can see it. You was one of them women, weren't you? Back up out my face, get away from me. Men are gonna be as horrible to you women as you was to us, right? You know when you women are like all dressed up to the nines, and you walk down the street and your heels are clicking and clacking with every step, and you're just walking past men and you just assume that he just really wants you, even though he might not even be wanting you. You know that kind of pompous attitude when you got your chin elevated to the sky? Well, that's the kind of way our men are gonna be looking at you in that time, man. And you women are gonna start to really realize how low you've fallen when men that you never would have ever looked at in your life are treating you in that kind of way, right? And you can't do nothing about it. You ain't got no options. There ain't no better option than that guy, and he don't even want you. That's when y'all are gonna really know that y'all have dropped low, man. Like, what's that movie, man? Set It Off. I'm in a bind, Nate. Yeah. Y'all are gonna be in that kind of destitute situation, but the man ain't gonna be doing what that guy, I'm in a bind, Nate, did. He's gonna not even want you. You're gonna come to him, I'm in a bind, Nate, and he's gonna be like, yeah, I don't care. Fuck you. Go have your bind somewhere else. I'm not paying nothing. He ain't gonna give you that $200 or whatever it was, man. He ain't gonna have nothing for you. He's gonna be like, I can't afford you. Remember, I'm broke. I'm a dusty. All I could afford is Cheesecake Factory, man. I ain't got it like that. I ain't rich. Remember, I ain't 6 foot. I ain't 6'5". I don't make 6 figures a year. They're gonna be stunting on you women, man. And I'm gonna say is like this men standing firm thing has really exposed women to wicked, man. That's even in my opinion why a lot of these female teachers are out doing the madness with the students, man, because they can't find a man of their own age range group that wants them. So they're having to try and feel young again and feel attractive by some teenager that's full of testosterone and hormones and don't really even know what's going on yet. That's looking at them like, oh, Mrs. Fit, oh, Mrs. Fit. And so then she's feeling like, yeah, she's doing something, but really, he don't know nothing. And he ain't gonna, when he becomes of an age where he can get way different women would ever look in her direction. He's just trying to get his practice numbers up. But she's feeling like she's doing something, man. Right? And that's another thing that some of you women don't understand, that some of y'all are used as practice for men for when they meet the women that they really like. Yeah, some of y'all don't know. We know because we're men. We know how men do, right? Just like how you women know how women do, but don't say nothing about it and all allow it to slide, even the wickedness. But I'm gonna end this video here anyway. I just wanted to do a little rant or whatever about how women are being exposed as being wicked and evil, man. And I'm gonna end the video there. Shalom.